We've got some very significant formations on this chart right here, including one that potentially is giving us a target of $48,000. I'm going to get to that in just a sec, but first of all, I need to break down this short-term price action right here, because Bitcoin has, as predicted, managed to break its resistance level right here, rise above it, and then come back down and retest it as support 2 times. This is the best case scenario that I was outlining for you guys in the previous video. So if you are already subscribed, if you're already engaging with these videos by hitting up the like button and all that, you're going to know all about how this is exactly what we expected. It's almost a joke to say that phrase, but we have been acing the markets. I even mentioned that I'm expecting the lowest level for Bitcoin to retrace down to would be 21,300, and look at that, we fell just $100 short of that area, which is absolutely phenomenal on this retracement. Right now, as I speak, we are encountering a little bit of resistance at this $23,000 barrier right here, but I'm not actually too worried about it. You guys have heard me talking a lot about how I don't think that this is going to be a particularly strong area of resistance. It is resistance, yes, that is correct, but I do not think that it's going to be strong resistance, especially if we've been able to overcome a level like this. I think that this is far stronger as far as resistance goes compared to this area right here. So the fact that we've already mounted now 3 attempts to break this resistance level within 1 day, within just over 24 hours, to me is quite a significant bit of price action. Now, I do have some concerns that short term the market might be due for a retracement. Take a look at Ethereum right here, ladies and gents. If you guys, again, have been watching this channel regularly, you're going to know a lot about how I was talking about this ascending triangle formation potentially popping to the upside, and all I did to give you guys this target was I measured the length. Oh, this is completely wrong. I'm on the logarithmic chart. All I did was I measured the length of this pennant, and then I just used that to give me a target if we manage to break up. Super straightforward, guys. You guys know the deal with this YouTube channel. I mean, obviously we've got very high levels of accuracy on this YouTube channel, but we're not doing anything particularly complex. I haven't even shown you a single indicator in this video so far, yet everything I'm saying hopefully is going to be making a lot of sense. This is the way we like to do it with this with Four Flies and with the Four Flies VIP and Gold group. This is how we trade. This is how we analyze. I like to keep it simple. Reality is, if you understand the fundamentals very well, you don't need to overcomplicate these things. And if we take a look at this target, I was looking at a roughly 30% move to the upside. Let me draw this properly. I was looking at roughly a 30% move to the upside right here, and if you measure how far we've actually gone, we managed to do 27%, so we are 90% complete for my target right here, which is absolutely beautiful. Let's actually measure this by the dollar. That's a $400 move up, and we've done 350. So yeah, that is roughly I don't know, like an 86 to 90% completion of that target right there. And this is kind of my point, right? I mean, if you take a look at this rally, especially for Ethereum, Bitcoin a little bit less so, but if you look at Ethereum right here, that's a 60% rally, ladies and gents. 60% rally, and that's only within about 5 days. I just want to make sure that we are staying grounded in reality, guys. 60% with no retracement. Yeah, you're starting to ring some alarm bells. You see, the thing is obviously everybody really was getting quite frustrated with the idea of Bitcoin rising up. I mean, that's just sentiment. I was telling you guys about this with the fear and greed index. I mean, again, none of this is taken us by surprise. Look at that shooting up right here from 20 all the way to 30 in 1 day. That's the biggest single increase that I've seen in a very long time. Yeah, I mean, that is literally about as big as our jumps have been getting. Probably the biggest jump we've had in a very long time. And again, I was just saying that this gives me more reason to believe that the market can actually rise up. But I think, now we're going to start getting a little bit of fear of missing out, right? I mean, again, the thing I want to remind you guys about, and I've just been constantly talking about only this on this YouTube channel for a long time, is that this is a very empty trading range right here. Everything that stretches between $22,000 to $28,000, in my opinion, is a totally empty trading range. And so fear of missing out can set in very quickly. We literally only have one more obstacle in our way. It's this box right here, which was our prior consolidation on the way up. That's it. And again, we actually traded this. I traded this inside of VIP, pulled one of the biggest gains of my life. You guys know the deal. If you want to get inside, we're actually just about to slash prices for you guys. So by the time this video is up, you're going to have a discounted chance to enter. You're going to have a chance to enter VIP at a discounted rate. So all you got to do to take advantage of that right now, while the market is so hot, is jump in with the first link in the description down below, then click on the @4flies button at the bottom of any post, and then send message to ask me how to join. I am currently in I was a few minutes ago, I don't know now, in a 54% profit. I've already been securing some of my gains. I've been posting updates about it in 𝗪𝗪𝗡's VIP, and some of those have been forwarded into gold as well, along with just some more analysis, because you guys know the deal. You get free analysis from myself and my team inside of 𝗪𝗪𝗡's gold, which is absolutely phenomenal. So if you want to see what's really going on, how I've been managing this trade, and of course the important part is what I'm going to do next, because it's obviously a little bit too late for this one now, but it's always going to be too late if you keep waiting on the sidelines. Now's your chance. This is a very, very hot market. Usually these are environments where you fire off rapid fire trades because there's so many opportunities. It is usually when people are most scared, but obviously, you know, I've been around in these bear markets for a little while, so I feel like I have some level of immunity from this fear, which is why I'm in this trade right now and quite happy with it as well. So I'm very much looking forward to entering some more trades. I already have some ideas for Ethereum and so on, which I'll be sharing with VIPs shortly as well. But just sticking to the price action right here, you know, the other thing that I just want to make sure we're really on the same page about is the strength that Bitcoin is carrying right now. Okay, this is a really, really big deal. If we take a look at what happened previously with this old area of resistance, again, I've said this a few times, we've gotten rejected very quickly, and then a little bit less quickly, and then a lot less quickly, because we actually consolidated at the top, and this time we've consolidated above the top. Okay, so we are incrementally showing more and more signs of strength in this market, which is absolutely phenomenal, and I think that with this trend we do have a good chance at potentially breaking this area of resistance. I was talking about a potential retracement. The thing for Bitcoin is that it's a lot healthier than Ethereum right now. Bitcoin has only managed to rise up by 21% in about 5-6 days, which is still quite a big increase, right? I don't want to act like this isn't a big deal, but when I'm calling for, you know, corrections and so on, you know, it's much more when you pump up by 60% in that time frame instead of, you know, 20. What kind of correction? Well, you know, I mean, a time-based correction would be nice. Perhaps we just trade sideways for the next, you know, 5 days or something. I know it's not very exciting, but that's how healthy markets function. I'm sorry to break it to you. I don't know if we're actually going to get that, though. I am really starting to see things pick up. So, you know, we might not, and we might just keep rising higher. But the thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that if we do form quite an explosive rally now, especially if that rally takes us quite high up into the $20,000 range, and if we don't have significant pullbacks on the way up, then I will definitely expect that the market is going to retrace down. You know, I mean, right now there's a lot of pent up bullish energy that hasn't really had a chance to come out and play. You know, if it does, and it's not getting checked, and by checked I mean there's no corrections, so there's no you know, there's no, it's not getting checked basically, then, you know, I would expect that it would end up going a little bit overboard, and unfortunately we'd have to expect the market to drop. I mean, it would only be reasonable to expect that, in my opinion, at that stage. Look at that, we're just trying to break our high right now. Let's zoom in right here and take a look at what's going on. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful price action. Like I said, third attempt. You know, I mean, I just don't think this is a strong area of resistance to begin with. So I'm pretty happy with this. We are forming this nice structure of higher lows. If you take a look at the lows that the market has been producing right here, take a look at these. These are consistently getting higher, and we've just punched in our new one right here as well, which is beautiful. There are a few other charts that I'd like to show you. There's one in particular that I think is pretty significant right here, which is the parallel channel that I was talking to you guys about over the last videos as well. I was talking about how, you know, since we managed to get the bounce off the bottom, guys, remember this bottom right here? I felt like I was one of the only people that wasn't losing my fucking mind, you know, and still said that, you know what, the bullish plays are still on the cards. You know, nobody was talking about that back here. These are the kind of times to be getting bullish. I just want to point this out. A lot of people, they do just get sucked into the ebbs and flows of the market, and, you know, if the market is down massively, they're bearish. If the market is up massively, they're bullish. But obviously you want to position yourself against the tide so that you can make money from it. But this is potentially showing us that target of 23.4. I've been talking about that a lot on this YouTube channel. I still think that this is a potential area that could become a problem for Bitcoin, but the thing is because of the way this chart has started to move, if we zoom in a little bit onto Actually, I want to take a different chart because this is going to be a little bit inaccurate. Let's use the FTX chart because I don't draw on that chart. By the way, people wonder why I use specific charts. There's no reason. I just draw a lot of stuff and I don't want to lose my drawings. So whether I'm using FTX or Binance or BitMEX or whatever, it's just for my own convenience. What you're gonna see right here is with this beautiful parallel sideways channel, we have quite the breakout right now. Again, it's not even like with wicks, right? I mean, we have whole candle bodies closing above. We've got this 4-hour candle closing in just half an hour, so we're pretty much set that we're going to be closing up here. We've had a whole daily close above this range. I mean, you know, these are significant signs showing us that we are potentially getting ready to break out, and I don't even want to, I guess I should. Let's just see if we can draw a target up from here. Now, I don't think this is the most technically accurate way to get a target, but that is giving us a potential target of $25,000. The better way to get a target for these kind of things is you look at where the dump initiates from, which I'm going to say is right from up here at 28.5. You stretch the line down, and yeah, I mean, in this case, we end up at the same level. So that gives us a potential target of 28.5. I'm not saying this stuff is going to happen, but look, I'm just putting it on your radar. You know, if there's any time where Bitcoin can zip up pretty quickly, I do believe it to be now. I've been saying this for a while, and that's exactly what's happening, and it's purely because we just don't have much resistance, right? Again, this is a situation here where you know, people are going to be not willing to sell their Bitcoin until we start reaching some areas of resistance. I think, in my opinion, that's kind of what I believe, because you have no technical reason to sell Bitcoin between 24 to 28, 29, or 27 even, if you want to front run the market. Some people are going to sell a little bit earlier because they just want to be extra safe, which is totally fine. I do that too. I think it's a good strategy, but you know what I think is well worth focusing your attention on right now is that if people are going to be looking at those technical levels, you know, to sell their Bitcoin, well, then there's not going to be any Bitcoins available to buy in this region. So if you have any baseline demand at all, if you have any level of demand above zero, but your selling pressure is non-existent, you know, I mean, the price is just gonna keep pushing the price up and up and up and up within this range. Same thing I've been saying for a while, ladies and gents. Before I carry on here, I do want to take this quick chance as well to just remind you guys that this huge offer from Bybit is still available. They're offering you more than $4,000 to sign up using my link in the description down below to trade on the very same platform I'm using. This trade that I told you about, where I was in I mean, right now it's probably more than 54% profit. It fluctuates a lot. You know, this trade was also made on Bybit. Every trade that you hear me talking about is made on Bybit, and I feel like it's far good enough for me to put my money on it. You know, so if you feel like that would be a good enough justification for you, then your bonus is that you get over $4,000 for doing it. So check it out using that link in the description. This offer already expired 2 days ago, but they have extended it because I was pleading with them to do so. So please take advantage of it. Don't make my arguing with Bybit go to waste and get your $4,000. One more time, if you are interested in VIP, you can just pause the video right here, get yourself inside. You are getting discounted access today. So again, do take advantage of that if you want to see what this trading looks like, including gain access to the 𝗪𝗪𝗡 Academy course. Now, obviously, the ideal time to do this would have been a week ago or a month ago or whatever, but now's your chance anyway. If you want to learn all about trading the way I do it, all about analysis the way I do it, I'd like to consider it quite level-headed, quite balanced, then this is your spot to be. Just following those steps on screen. Let's bring it back to the chart right here, and let's talk about some bearish things right now. So the first thing that's enabled this rally, I think, is the dollar dropping, right? The dollar has dropped by quite a bit from about 109 down to 106, which is only a 2.6% move, but for the dollar, that's actually pretty quick. And also that happened within the same 5 days that the crypto market has been pumping up. So, you know, previously, in quite a few times, the dollar has had drawdowns like this before it continued to rally up. And I don't want you guys to feel like we're immune from that right now. The dollar very well could keep rising. For the short term, don't think it will. I don't want to dive into why, because this video is going to get way longer, but I think that we are at least temporarily okay. I'm not the best at this kind of analysis, but Those are just my thoughts. And then in terms of how low the dollar could actually go, this time frame here that we're looking at is the 1 month chart. Okay, so each candle here represents 1 month of trading. We're going all the way back into the 90s. You know, this area was quite an area of resistance for the dollar pretty much just before and during Trump's presidential term. Now that the dollar has managed to come above it, it could flip into support and allow, if the dollar falls down this low, and allow the dollar to potentially rally much higher towards that 120 level right here. Now, first of all, if we end up falling down that low, and I don't even know if we will, but if we do end up falling down that low, that is probably going to be a huge deal for these markets. All right, we're talking about dropping by like a further 6%. That's a big bloody deal. You know, I think that the Bitcoin market, the S&P 500, which I'm going to get to in just a second as well, and so on and so forth, are going to be very well positioned to rise up. But if that bounce does indeed come, that would then completely destroy the markets again, in my opinion. So this is something that I'm keeping an eye on. If we do get a support resistance flip here, I'm gonna pack up my fucking bags and admit that I was wrong and that we are actually in a multi-year bear market. This would be a very obvious sign if the dollar managed to bounce up from here and gain a little bit of traction. It would be a very obvious sign that we're not coming out of this bearish, you know, kind of situation for a long time. Right now, I still don't know. I still don't really even care, to be honest. I mean, you guys can tell whether the market is moving up or moving down. I'm making money. That's my goal. I'm a trader at the end of the day. You know, I feel that it's a far more efficient, far quicker way to make money than just buy something and sit on your hands and hope that something happens. You know, I mean, I don't like that strategy. I prefer to have a little bit more control over my financial future, which is why I'm a trader. And so this isn't something that's going to be a game changer for me, but you know, it will definitely be a sign that we are staying bearish for quite a while, which is fine as a trader. It's just not positive. I mean, you know, I mean, for me as a trader, I still won't mind. I haven't stopped trading since I started. Fuck me. It's been more than 5 years, ladies and gents, and I haven't stopped trading. I don't see myself stopping anytime soon, even if we go very, very bearish right here. But here I am anyway. And this is the S&P 500. So it does look like it's trying to break out. Now, it is at resistance on this wedge. We've been talking about this wedge on this channel a little bit. So this does potentially indicate that we drop lower. If we drop down to here, the equivalent level for Bitcoin, because it would drag Bitcoin down, in my opinion, the equivalent level for Bitcoin would be like $12,000. Okay, so I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the S&P 500 dropping down that low. The size of this wedge is about 16%. So if we end up producing the same move to the upside, we get to roughly the same level that we were at over here. And this right here, this is where the $48,000 price target comes in. This was our March 31st high for the S&P 500. And if we take a look at where Bitcoin was at that time, Bitcoin at that very same point in time, if we go to March 30, was, oh well, around there, it doesn't matter, plus minus a couple days, was trading at $48,000. So look at that, we're about to break 23,000. Let me go on to the Coinbase chart. When price action is significant, I like to use the Coinbase chart, which is a little bit outdated. I should be using a different chart, more like Binance probably would be the best single chart to use for analysis, but I don't like Binance. I don't like Coinbase either, but I really don't like Binance. Look at that, we're flying up right now as I speak. Beautiful. So we've just cleared that high. We've cleared that high. I mean, we're reaffirming that we're in a bullish market structure. It's good. It's a good, you know, I don't want to read into this too much just now while we're here. Obviously, it's live analysis, so really puts me on the spot. I don't like to do live analysis like this, but yeah, that high that we were at when the S&P 500 was at this level previously, that level corresponds with $48,000 for Bitcoin. So that would be very, very nice. And again, we do potentially have the setup for this on the dollar. You know, if the dollar is already retracing by this much, it could be that it's coming down by quite a bit over these next few months, which is which fits in very, very well with my theories. I haven't spoken about them publicly yet because I'm just not so sure about them. You know, when I'm putting forward something publicly, I want to be very sure about what I'm talking about, and if I'm not quite there, I'll still tell you guys most of the time, but I'll always tell you that with the pinch of salt, saying, look, I don't really know though. And but that is something that I'm ready to talk about inside of VIP. So right after this video, I'm going to be shooting a nice voice note into VIP explaining my full thoughts on all of this. There is a little bit more that I wanted to go through in this video, but I don't have time for it right now. So what I'm going to do is just end this one right here. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favor, smash up the like, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. And if you want to watch the remaining bits of analysis that I have on this market, including, I was talking about the 200-week moving average, but I said I'll make a video on it if the market is quiet. Market hasn't been quiet. That video is coming. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be one of the bigger videos that you're going to be watching from me, and that is something which I think is quite exciting as well. By the way, quick note, I think it's far too early to start talking about levels like $48,000 right now, but, and this is a big but, it is on the cards. Anything like this is on the cards, and it wouldn't mean that we reverse the market. It could still mean that we stay macro bearish. There's nothing stopping these markets from having a multi-month bull cycle before continuing to trend lower and set new lows. I think that would make so much sense. It's so representative of how financial markets actually move in real life. They always move more extreme on the upside and more extreme on the downside, especially in leveraged markets, and Bitcoin is a very highly leveraged market, and it's a very highly it's an unregulated market, so that adds a whole other element of just crazy shit in this market that I want to make sure that we are aware of so that we can take advantage of it. One of the beauties of this market is that it's unregulated and you can't regulate it. This is Bitcoin, which is the best thing about it. So if you're able to understand it, you're going to be able to position yourself quite well. If you can't understand it, then obviously you're going to be in some trouble. So guys, you're getting over $4,000 potentially by signing up to Bybit using my link in the description. Check it out in the description down below. And if you want to get yourself inside of VIP, see exactly what all the hype is about, and really understand exactly what I'm doing in this market and how I'm going to be continuing to position myself to trade this market for the best possible gains, then you can follow these steps on screen. I'm going to head back. Where are we at right now? We just slipped below 23 again. That's totally fine. No problem there. I'm going to head back to VIP because I need to talk a little bit about this position. So I'll see you guys in there inside. Once more, you are getting a discount right now, so take advantage of it while you can. And I'll see you in the next video, hopefully later on today. Bye-bye.